We have previously explored the meanings of Elohim, Shaddai, Eloah, and the higher power El, who represents the Father Spirit. The Father Spirit, identified as the Logos, has a name, and that name is Yahweh. Composed of the 4 Hebrew letters Yod, Yai, He, Wav, Va, and Ha, Yahweh is also known as the Tetragrammaton, referring to these 4 letters. Each of these letters holds symbolic significance within Hebrew pictographic tradition, revealing aspects of the Father Spirit's nature and actions. The letter Yod Yai represents a hand or arm, symbolizing action, power, and creation. This suggests the active, creative force of God, indicating his role in initiating and sustaining creation. Yod embodies the eternal Spirit's power and purpose, making Yahweh the one who brings all things into being and holds them together. The letter He is often depicted as a man with arms raised, signifying, behold, revelation, or breath. It points to the act of divine manifestation, reflecting the way the eternal Spirit makes himself known to humanity. The repetition of He in the name Yahweh underscores God's willingness to reveal himself, emphasizing his openness and desire to communicate with his creation. This element of the name shows how Yahweh is actively involved in revealing his nature and his will to his people. Wav, Au, represents a nail, or hook, symbolizing connection, binding, or joining. It suggests the bridging of the physical and spiritual realms, emphasizing Yahweh's role in connecting the heavenly and earthly spheres. This letter signifies the binding force of the Spirit, which unites divine presence with creation and humanity, demonstrating Yahweh's active role in maintaining the relationship between God and the world. The second Hai, Ha, reiterates the theme of revelation, reinforcing the completeness of God's self-manifestation. It highlights the continuous presence of the eternal Spirit in his interactions with creation, underscoring the idea that God is always revealing himself and his purposes, not only in the past, but also in the ongoing process of creation. When considering the name Yahweh, it reflects the idea of he who is, a reference to God's self-existence. This idea is reinforced through the pictographic meanings of the Hebrew letters. Yod, Yi, which depicts a hand or arm, emphasizes Yahweh's active power in sustaining his own eternal being. He exists independently, needing no external force to uphold him. He, symbolized as a man with arms raised, signifies divine revelation, indicating that God's self-existence is not hidden but revealed to humanity. Wav, representing a nail or hook, signifies connection, showing Yahweh as the unchanging link between eternity and creation. Together, these letters declare Yahweh's sovereignty, self-sufficiency, and eternal presence. The name Yahweh also signifies he who causes to become, or he who shall be, highlighting the dynamic nature of God's existence and purpose. The Yaz illustrates his creative hand, the active force by which he brings all things into being. The first He, Ha, expresses his desire to reveal himself as the one who fulfills his promises and brings his purposes to pass. The Wuv shows Yahweh's role as the binding force, connecting the spiritual with the physical and ensuring his will is accomplished. The second He reaffirms the completeness of his revelation and the ongoing nature of his work. Yahweh is not static. He actively works to realize his plan, unfolding it through progressive action as he causes all things to become according to his purpose. This dynamic quality of Yahweh's name reveals his timeless role as the God of the past, present, and future, whose promises are certain to be fulfilled. The name Yahweh carries a deeper prophetic significance, especially in light of its Hebrew roots and pictographic meanings. In the Old Testament, most writings were composed in Hebrew, and much of the depth of the language is lost in translation. For example, one of the Hebrew words translated as God is Elohim, meaning mighty ones. When combined with Yahweh, this forms the expression Yahweh Elohim, meaning he who will be revealed in a group of mighty ones. The Yod, Yi, here points to Yahweh's power in forming a people for himself. The Hai, Ha, indicates his revelation of his character and purpose through these individuals. The Wav, Va, signifies the connection between Yahweh and his people as they become united with him in spirit and purpose. The second He points to the completeness of this transformation when Yahweh is fully revealed in them. This phrase is a prophecy of a future time when the earth will be filled with people who reflect God's nature and character. 2 Peter 1:4. Through Yahweh's creative action, his mighty ones, Elohim, will emerge, bearing his image and manifesting his eternal life and moral perfection. Those who wish to share in this prophetic fulfillment must associate themselves with Yahweh's name. Baptism into the name of Yahweh Elohim, Matthew 28:19, connects believers to this purpose, aligning them with the descendants of Abraham, the heirs of God's promises, Galatians 3:27-29. This transformation fulfills Yahweh's plan to create a group of mighty ones who, like him, will live eternally, reigning over the earth as his revealed presence. Genesis 17:8, Romans 4:13. The name Yahweh, through its pictographic meaning, points both to his eternal self-existence and to his purpose of uniting with humanity in perfect revelation.